Yes, IEBC has begun voter registration. We are told it's targeting around 7.2 million, but in the first phase, it will do around 4.5 million. In the 4.5 million, there are 1.7 million from Mount Kenya and Rift Valley, and 2.7 million from the rest of the regions. So Rift Valley alone has 1.069 million. Central has 0.67 million. Eastern has 0.648 million. Nyanza has 0.619 million. Western has 0.443 million. Coast has 0.395 million. Nairobi has 0.517 million. And Northeastern has 0.147 million. So who has the tyranny of numbers? So you realize that these candidates need to traverse to get the numbers. For example, if we said that Ruto takes, in the new registration, he only focuses on Rift Valley and Central, then he will have 1.7 million. If Raila takes the rest, it will be 2.7 million. So it means beyond those traditional voting zones, they need to traverse to get the numbers. So out of 4.5 million, who has the numbers? Talk to us. And why is it that we have low voter turnout? Are we just doing a lot of political activities, but we haven't persuaded the people who are eligible to vote to have excitement to run to polling stations for registration? So talk to us why this why the voter turnout is so low, and who has the numbers in this new registration. The next thing you must tell us is, are you a registered voter? Are you registered voter? Ama ni kelele tu. Unajua watu wengine wanakujanga hapo kupiga tu kelele na they are not voters. Are you a registered voter? Okay. So let's have one or two clips to see what is happening.
Registration targeting between 6 and 7 million new voters ahead of the 2022 general elections. In the first phase, covering 30 days, the electoral body targets to register at least 4 million people, with another exercise set for January next year if the target is not missed. Or rather not met. As our very own Chemtai Goween reports, with the new voters set to play a crucial role in tilting the scales, especially in the presidential elections, those eyeing to take over from President Uhuru Kenyatta have been hard at work imploring the eligible young people to come out and register. Take a listen.
Preparations for the upcoming 2022 general election are now set to gather momentum as the polls body IEBC begins registering new voters in an exercise set to be launched officially on Monday in Nakuru by the Commission Chairman Wafula Chebukati. The Commission aims at increasing the number of registered voters from the current 19.6 million to 26.9 million. That is, if it meets the 7.2 new voter target. Despite the Commission lamenting over the shortage of the biometric electric voter registration kits required for the exercise. It has deployed at least 3 kits to each of the 1,450 wards to facilitate the exercise.
IEBC tumewapa hela za kutosha ili wasajili wapya wale ambao wamepata IDs ama vitambulisho, na pia wale ambao wako na vitambulisho lakini hawajawahi jisajili kuwa wapiga kura, kwa sababu ni haki yako
as political parties to ensure that their members who are not registered voters and those who are not their members but also not registered voters to for them to reach out to them and encourage them to come and register.
In the Rift Valley region, which has the highest number of counties, IEBC is targeting 1,069,842 eligible voters. In Mount Kenya, which has in recent weeks been a hotbed of political activity, IEBC is aiming at registering 670,297 new voters. In the eastern part of the country, the Commission is hoping to rope in 648,752 new voters. In Nyanza, IEBC targets 619,152 new voters, while in Western Kenya, it will be eyeing the 443,671 eligible voters. In the Coast Region 6 counties, IEBC will be hoping to register 395,324 new voters cumulatively. In the capital city, Nairobi, some 517,238 new voters will be enlisted. In the northern part of the country, a paltry 147,685 new voters have been targeted.
Wale ambao tunasajili sasa ni haswa vijana ambao wanaenda kupiga kura kwa mara ya kwanza. About 6 million of them. Hawa wako kwa makanisa yetu, wako kwa kwaya zetu za kanisa, wako kwa youth groups. We want to see guidance from the church also. Leaders wakimobilize voter registration. Churches should also play a part.
Please come out and register so that you can vote and get the right people in power.
The Commission will in December this year carry out voter registration for the diaspora, where 6 new countries have been added after meeting the minimum requirement of 3,000 voters. Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi and South Africa participated in the 2017 general election. Aware that first-time voters are a critical constituency that can easily tilt the scale in the presidential vote, aspirants seeking to replace President Kenyatta after the expiry of his term have been hard at work, dangling youth-friendly ideas to woo the voting bloc, which accounts for more than half of the population. The Commission will also be carrying out an audit of the current register to weed out ghost voters and those that have passed away. A new voter register to be used in the 2022 election is expected to have been gazetted by May 2nd, 2022. Chimutai Goin, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Frank.
Yes.
Are you a registered voter?
From 2010.
Okay, why is there low voter turnout? Or people are not excited about 2022?
First of all, nataka niseme ya kwamba I'm very excited. Niko excited leo kwa maana anytime from now, kesha asubuhi tutaamuka tupate Weston Hotel itakuwa imeangushwa chini. Yani I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Hiyo hoteli iangushwe chini.
Why are you getting the news?
Na Oscar Sudi nimeona kitu si Oscar Sudi, that illiterate MP from Kapsabet. Nimeona kitu si Uhuru Kenyatta na familia Uhuru Kenyatta kwa Facebook. That guy is not supposed to be an elected MP. Huyo jamaa anastahili kurudi huko kwa makanga tu ya kupandisha wamama ambao hawajafalia panti kwa gari wakienda mahali pengine, because haichui loli ya kuwa MP. Hata sijui alichaguliwaje kuwa MP. Oscar Sudi anastahili kurudi shule kwanza, asome, ajue masomo ni nini. Unajua ukichagua mtu mwenye ako illiterate, then I think the watu wenye walimpigia votes ni kama wote ni illiterate. You can't dare elect someone like Oscar Sudi to represent you. How? hiyo hoteli nataka ningeomba tu waanza tu saisi kuiangusha, because imekuwa na scandals mingi, tumeongojea angushwe chini. Leo nimeona hiyo nini Hasani imeelekea huko, so nataka iangushwe kabisa, iangushwe, because I remember 2014, yeah, even not 2015, watoto wakipigwa hapo matia gas, watoto wa shule, mtoto alikuwa na 5 years amepigwa tear gas just because someone was scrapping shamba ya shule. Hiyo hoteli iangushwe kabisa. Mwenye ataongea aongee. Nimeona nani huyu Rangata MP anaitwa Korir. Huyo the only Karenjin in Nairobi, mwenye ako Nairobi. I think it's the only Karenjin mwenye ako Nairobi. Rangata MP. Akiongea ujinga. Unajua huyu jamaa ni Slay Queen. Sisi hapana tambua uslay queen. Tunataka kuona leadership ikionekana. Unajua wacha kuwa psychophant mpaka wakati mtu wako ameiba vitu, then you are there kumsupport na kumpigia kelele na kusema ya kwamba William Ruto hiyo shamba alichukua, sijui ilikuwa legal, sijui ilikuwa ni. Hiyo ni ujinga. Oscar Sudi, akina Korilo, akina Kipchumba Murkomen, akina hiyo nini hiyo naitwaje, hiyo ngamia ya Northeastern nani Aden Duale. Hii ni ujinga. Hizi mashamba zenye zimechukuliwa zote zinastahili kurudishwa. Yule mtu amegrab everything in Nairobi. Unaona? Alafu mtu anakuja kutuambia hapa that alichukua hiyo shamba, alichukua tu, hata serikali inajua vile alichukua. How? Hiyo hoteli iangushwe leo usiku, tupige makofi. Tunajua hata Wakalenjin hata wakitoka barabarani kwenda kuandamana, tunawatumia maaskari huko 5 wapigwe tear gas 2 3 warudi kwa nyumba. So we don't care that watatupigia kelele. Unaona? So tukirudi kwa mada ya leo, nataka kusema ya kwamba in each and every election kuna kwanga na turnout ya chini sana kwa voter registration. Ukiangalia kama Kisii County penye inatoka, the first day wakati ilifunguliwa, mimi natoka Bobasi constituency. Most people Wakalenjin wanadhani mimi ni Mjaruo, watu wajinga sana. Mimi ni Mkisii bwana. Mimi ni Mkisii na nimetailiwa. So msikuja kuniletea hiyo maneno yenu eti nini. So on Monday nilikuwa ninatembea kwa constituency yetu hapa Kisii ya Bobasi constituency. Nikaona nilikuwa watu wa chini sana. Unapata watu wawili ama mmoja the whole day. Unaona? Ningeomba vijana wenye wako na ID. Ningeomba vijana wote kama umeshika ID, enda uchukue ID kutoka Huduma Center, enda nayo uchukue voter card, because kura yako ndiyo itakuchaguliwa kiongozi wa kesho. Mimi sitakuchaguliwa kiongozi, wewe ndio utachaguliwa kiongozi mwenye unataka. Unaona? So kila mtu achukue ID. Kama hujachukua ID, kama ilipotea, kufanya processing ya ID imepotea, just 2 weeks itakuwa imetoka. Enda ufanye process, by the time unaenda kufunga uko na ID, uende uchukue kura. Kama itakuwa imetoka January, nimesikia wataleta tena registration, watu wachukue kura. Hata kama una support William Ruto, una support Ufisadi Daima Alliance, UDA, enda uchukue kura. Unaona? Ni haki yako kuchukua kura. Is your democratic right ya kuchukua kura na uchague kiongozi mwenye unataka. Hata kama unataka huyo William Ruto. Sasa kama unapiga kelele mimi nataka Ruto na una kura, hacha ya nini utupigie kelele tunataka Ruto na una kura? Si unyamazishe meno yako ukae kwenu. Unaona? Nyinyi ndio mna trade down wakati tunaenda kuchagua viongozi, wakileta corruption, wewe ndio uko mbele hapa kutupigia kelele eti kiongozi fulani ako na corruption, kiongozi fulani ni mwizi, ili hali wewe mwenyewe haukupiga kura. Kitu kingine nataka kuambia wenzetu kutoka Ujaruoni, my friends from Luo side, please muendeni mchukue kura. Enda uchukue kura kutoka Ujaruoni huku chini, endeni mkachukue kura please. Nawaomba tuache bride, endeni mkachukue kura. Hii ndio wakati sasa, hizi ndio tunasaidi kukua watu wa kwanza kufanya registration. Tunasaidi kuread from Nyanza. Sisi ndio tunasaidi kuwa number 1 kuonyesha ya kwamba yenyewe tunahitaji Raila Odinga kwa president. By kufanya mobilization, kuambia vijana waenda wachukue kura kama ako na ID, kuambia vijana wachukue ID. Unaona? Kama ID imepotea, ambia kijana mpige viboko. Sio tunamuua, piga yeye kiboko, muulize uko na ID. Kama uko na ID, kwa wapi kadi hiyo umechukua? Piga watu viboko watoke mashambani waende wachukue kura bwana. Tufanya kama vile Central wanafanyanga. Kitu ingine ningependa kuongelea ni mambo ya ID zenye siku kwa Huduma Center. Mimi mwenyewe juzi nimekuwa Huduma Center ya Kisii, sijui 2 weeks ago. Nimepata over 300k IDs kwa Huduma Center ya Kisii. Yet kuna viongozi ambao wamechaguliwa kutoka Kisii. Wengi wao ni wa ODM. Hawaongei, wamenyamaza. Kazi yao ni kuona penye Raila Odinga ameenda mkutano Mombasa, akienda Meru wako huko wanamfuata kutoka nyuma kama inzi yenye imesikia kuna mavi imenuka mahali fulani. Instead ya kuingia kwa hiyo Huduma Center, wachukue ma-ID wapelekee ma-area chief, assistant chief apelekee wenyewe hizo ma-ID wachukue kura. Lakini hizo ID ziko hapa Huduma Center, simeishi hapo, ni kama cheneza, ni kama maiti zimewekwa hapo. Ili hali viongozi wako hai wanabumua, wanatembeanga na Raila usiku na mchana, wamepatiwa maiki wanaongea eti sisi tutakupatia uungwaji mkono kutoka Kisii. Unampatia uungwaji mkono na mdomo yako. Baada ya kwenda kuchukua hizo ID mpatiane kwa villages. Vijana wachukue kura. So kuna ID nyingi, hata ukiingia Nairobi kuna ID ziko hapo. Ukienda Mombasa kuna ID, ukienda Western, watu wa Western nao wachukuangi kura. Ukienda Western utapata kuna ID ziko hapo zimelala tu hivi kama coffin. Wachukue hizo ID wapatie vijana. Na vijana na sisi tuamuke, sisi ndio tuko na sauti ya kuongea. Hata kama wewe ni mtu wa UDA, hata kama wewe ni mtu wa Mudavadi mwenye hana kura Kenya hii, hata kama wewe ni mtu wa ODM, changamuka, chukua. Mtu mwenye anapita mahali muulize, umechukua ID, umechukua kura? Ndiye apite. Hii mambo ya kudanganyana hapa tunataka Raila Odinga akuwe president na hujai kuona kura. Mimi na kisi campaign ikianza ni kupata ukiwa kwa campaign trail na hauna kura, hauna ID, mimi mwenyewe nitakutoa hapo speed sana. Hii ni ujinga. Unapata baba ameitana mkutano Uhuru Park, Wajaruo wako huko wengi, lakini wote hawana kura. Namba mingi haina kura, si tu wote, wengi hawana kura. Na bado hao ndio wanatupigia kelele, wanakuja hapo na bangi, wanakwambia serikali ni yetu next. Serikali ni ya mama yako na una kura. Unatengenezaje serikali na una kura? Hii ndio wakati sisi watu wa Nyanza tunastahili kuamuka. Hii ndio wakati viongozi wa Nyanza muache kutangatanga na Raila Odinga akienda huko Central kufanya campaign, mko nyuma yake. Raila akiwa Nyeri mko nyuma. Waachana mambo ya baba. Baba acha atembea jiuze Central. Rudi hapa nyumbani muangalie vijana wenye wana kura. Chukua vijana tembea nao, kupatia kijana 2000 atembea hapa kwa ground kutafuta kwa wenye wana kura. Haita kukosti kitu yoyote. Unanipata?
Yes, are you done?
Ndio nasema tuwachipike vijana sasa hizi tunastahili kuwachipika. Hata kama uko Mombasa, uko Kilifi, uko Wajia, uko wapi, uko Kisii, uko Nyamira, uko hata Bungoma, sasa hizi ndio tunastahili kuonyesha sauti yetu. Na kama unasupport kijana mwenzako kuwa MP, kuwa governor, kuwa senator mahali, tuache mambo ya mdomo. Kura yako ndiyo inaonyesha uko ready kusupport kijana mwenzako akuongoze. Lakini kama utaki uongozwe na kijana mwenzako, wewe kaa nyumbani na mamako. Tusikupata hata ukiwa kwa barabara ukitaja jina ya Raila Odinga kama una kura. Tusipatane kwa barabara ukitaja baba kama una kura. Kura yako ndiyo haki yako. Kupatikana kwa barabara itabidi sasa uonyeshe ID yako na utuonyeshe kura ya kwamba niko na kura hapa, ndio maana niko kwa barabara. Hizi vitu zingine za ujinga za bride tuachane kabisa. Nimemaliza.
Okay, thank you. Before we go to the next person, let me have one or two.
Mass voter registration inaendelea Kenya nzima hadi tarehe 2 Novemba 2021. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Chief Hasla mwenyewe, Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto, Naibu wa Rais. Jisajili leo.
#jivotie. Chukua kura, ukikosa utapigwa vitima.
Aya, Ruben, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, uko na kura?
Mimi yangu niko.
Kama una na kutoa?
Niko nayo.
Okay. So why is there low voter turnout?
I think bado vijana hawajaamua kutokea kupiga kura, kuchukua hizo vitu.
Registration not voting, yeah.
Registration of those votes and everything. The problem I know one is from area za kuchukua kura, za kuchukua ID. Kwa nini unajua sasa IEBC nakuja na numbers like 4.1 kulingana na ile kitu ana estimate, but I'm very sure ukienda hizi area za kuchukua ID it is full of corruption. Naona like ukiwa Nairobi na umetoka area kama Bungoma ama wapi, my friend, hata kama unakosa kitu anything small ama anything, wanakuzungusha until utoe pesa. So kama kijana umefikisha 18 or 20 years na huna nini na huna pesa, my friend, hiyo story ID utaachana nayo. Ukitaka kujua corruption imejaa hizi ofisi za vitambulisho, enda places kama zingine za kuchukulia ID area kama Westland, my friend, utashangaa ile lugha utaongeleshwa na zile na nini na venye utazungushwa bora. Lakini ukitoa pesa unakuta huko kuna brokers wanazungukaga huko, ukifukuzwa wanakuita na kuambia my friend chota. The poor youth nao hawana kitu ya kuchota. Mimi naongelea mostly the areas I know like Nairobi area za kuchukulia ID, akina Kibera, akina Western, Makandara, hizo area ni very corrupt. Na vijana wengi hawana ile pesa wanaitishwa. So, alafu sasa ukiangalia hii serikali venye inatufinyilia, sometimes unakosa hata motive ya kwenda kuchukua hiyo nini. But I will encourage the fellow youth wachukue hizi ID, mwenye atapata, akishapata, ili tuamuke hii 9 August 2021 tupeleke huyu mzee nyumbani. Youth musikubali huyu mzee arudi. Tumpeleke one and for all, ikuwe final.
Are the numbers favoring you?
Yeah?
Ruben, are the numbers favoring you?
Unajua hizi namba mostly zitalai as block, as how we have been voting as a block. Like kama ni Rift Valley, atavote on their candidate. Central bado atavote the candidate who will be the best for the Rift Valley, for the Central. And I think the number will be distributed. Haitakuwa na so much effect kwa sababu kama kwa mfano Ruto anachukua Rift Valley, expect the number of Rift Valley. Central expect the youth to vote for Ruto, not Raila. And then Western, like Mudavadi akisimama kwake Western, expect a lot of youth to vote for him. So I don't see that is so much impact.
Out of the 7.2 projected, mnachukua ngapi?
See, tuko Central, I think tuko na 670 something vote, new
Central
youth.
iko 670, Eastern iko 645, Rift Valley 1 million, Nyanza 619, Western 443, Coast 395, Nairobi 517, Northeastern 147. Kwa youth, unaona hii youth wote ni wenu, tuwapatie hiyo 4.5 million.
Hao youth ni wetu na ukiangalia hata most of the people wenye wako side ya Raila ni wale wazee, especially hata ukiangalia wenye wanawoku na Raila, especially Central, unaona most of the areas ni wazee, vijana hawako na huyu mzee, unaona, so they are after William.
Let me ask you, if I share a photo of Raila's rally and Ruto's rally, mmoja itakuwa na wazee, ingine itakuwa na vijana?
Okay, nakwambia ground, wacha nikwambie, unaona ground, hata ukisikia tule tumuzee twa 19 twenye tunasoma history sijui ya Kenyatta na Odiga za nani, ni tule tumuzee, but sisi vijana hatuko huko. Sisi tuko na the young man mwenye anatuambia ako focus, energetic, na tunaona huyu anaweza fanya kazi. Hatuko kwa huyu mzee mwenye akisimama kwa podium anatupatia historia ya 1963. We are not there. Yes.
Okay. How are you, Benson?
Hello.
Hi, Benson. It's
How
long.
are you doing?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
it has been long. Yes. How is the going?
The going is coming.
Okay, that's very nice. I can listen to Mr. Ruben talking of how things are going to work.
Mm-hmm. What is your view? First of all, I am a registered voter.
I'm a registered voter, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and hopefully I will vote.
Okay. Then, secondly, why is there low voter registration turnout?
This I cannot maybe say the exact thing why there's a low voter registration, but sometimes it might be, I can talk of maybe the youths do not know the importance of voter registration. That is one, or maybe based on the things that has been happening during the election, sometimes they don't see the reason why they should be registered as voters. But what I would like to urge them, the youths, is to take this opportunity, because like this one will be the game changer in the politics. They can change the politics of Kenya by getting registered so that they can vote when the time comes. That's what I would tell them. But I cannot say exactly what might cost or what is the reason why there's a low voter turnout. That one I cannot say something. I don't have anything, the good reason for it.
But now we have seen, why is it that when you look at political rallies, you see youths flogging the rallies and excited about their candidates? But on the day of either registration or voting, the earliest part, people you see on the line are always old people. Why?
This is because like the old people understand the reason why they are voting. You see, the young youth, if you look at politics right now, based on what we understand and based on what we know, there are some of the politicians who, like, when they go for their rallies, they ferry the people to their rallies to make people believe that they have massive following. You know, in the real sense, that's not exactly what it is, right? And when they come to these rallies, they're being paid, you know. And when it comes to voter registration, no one is paying them to go and register. And even the people who are paying them do not tell them the importance of voting, the reason why they should be getting registered as voters, you know. Because if they don't register, one of the things that they should not do, they should not complain of the leadership, you know. So that might be also be the cause that they're being ferried to go to the rallies, but they're not being ferried to go and register. Yeah, that also can be the cause.
Okay. So according to the table of numbers, what do you make of the numbers of the two horses, front runners? Is it predictable or unpredictable?
You know, it is. From the numbers you can see. The politics sometimes you cannot predict it because politics changes. If you look at some of the even some we can talk of I can give you a typical example in some area whereby especially when we talk about the United States. I don't want to compare it to Kenya, but I want to give it an analysis whereby you say that you cannot predict an election. When you look at the election of Georgia, it was a Georgia race. It was a senatorial race that was between the Republican and Democrats. From the statistics, it was seen that maybe the Republican might take it, but it ended up the Democrat took the race. So some of the numbers you might say now you are seeing the Rift Valley are targeting 1.1 is 1 million as compared to other areas where are targeting 600. I'm seeing 600 from Central, 600 from Eastern, 600 from Nyanza, 400 from Western. So you cannot predict because by the time we go to election, so many things shall have happened that might not make even somebody Ruto to get the 1 million that they're saying on Rift Valley, or even Raila to get the total 600 that are being targeted to vote for him. So many things might happen during the election. So we cannot predict that who is going to win, But in the near future,
again, we will have demographics based on now the real registered voters, because now for right now we are talking about 4.5 million expected to register. Supposing they turn out only 2 million, then we miss the other 2 point something million. And then the other 2.1 million, whatever million that have missed, we also look at the numbers, which region is missing so much. So it can introduce new dynamics on the game of numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, that one will. And also even the people who are registered 1.8 million, let's say the 4.5 that are going to be registered that they're targeting, that before the election, how many people, because definitely some of them will die, not all, some of them might get the greener pastures and leave the country, so that some of the consideration that you might also put in place. So those ones will also affect the person who is going to lead,
Okay. But in Kenya, even the date for voters, they vote.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Ruben.
And let me ask Ruben
finish what you're saying.
Ruben, I heard Ruben was talking about the young people the young people from Central Kenya does not subscribe to Raila Odinga. They are the people on the ground does not subscribe to Raila Odinga. Ruben, politics will change. I'm telling you, because they might now at this particular time not go with Raila, but with the time, because right now, if you are reading the ground, you can even see there's some change towards Raila, yeah. And in Kenyan politics, something that I want to tell you about Kenyan politics is not about the ideology or ideas. That is something that you have to know. Kenyan politics is about the tribe. tribe usually play a critical role in Kenya, whereby my tribe will always come first, then the Kenyan comes second. So when they say the people from Mount Kenya will, where they will kind of put their interest on, that's where the majority of people will go, because it's about tribe. It's not about policies and ideology. It has never been. Ruben left.
Is there?
Yes.
Okay, what I'll assure you is one. In Central, and you might doubt, and in this coming election, the main factor will be Central, because if you look all the statistics, at the end, after all registration, voter registration, voters registration, and everything, Mount Kenya will have allowed 10 million registered voters. That is 10%, and that is 40% of total voters in the whole country. So what we should agree, one, it is that Mount Kenya will determine the election in 2022. The other thing I'll assure you is this, because me, I have grown, I know I am from Mount Kenya everywhere, but Lyra cannot be an option in election. Cannot. Unless there will come another person who will get that half and divide those votes that Ruto is supposed to get. But we may have so many options, but finally at the end, Raila will not be the option of Mount Kenya. He will be there. He will be brought by system, by deep state and everything, but tafadhali waache tu kumdanganya. Hiyo tu kitu waache. Na it is better to accept the truth. It is better to, in election you must accept the truth, reality, badala ya kuja kukubali wakati wa mwisho. If I think Raila should focus on other region, his stronghold. Yes, akipata 10% Mount Kenya, that is 500,000. He atashukuru hiyo, but I'm sure and I'm 100% sure Raila will be not the option. If there was a strong candidate in Mount Kenya, he angetumika vizuri sana kugawanya hizo kura. But so far hakuna candidate.
What makes you think that Raila is not a strong candidate in Mount Kenya? He's being backed by serious forces in Mount Kenya. What do you mean by he's not?
No, but the way we take...
Let me tell you, in an election, you rather not have the masses, but you have the leaders.
Yes.
Let me ask you, Mount Kenya voted for BBI. What happened?
Voted for? We never voted for BBI.
No, it began by up in Senate, and not in Senate, with the MPs. And then it came to assemblies. You guys say, now you say MCS are on the ground. After they voted, you guys said that they were forced. But the question is, even if they were under manipulation, but they accepted to vote, what makes you think that the voter will be strong and stand on his ground to vote for whoever he wants? Because you are talking about, you guys, what you are saying is that Raila is going for billionaires. And do you know in politics, billion determine a lot, because for you to fly from one area to another one, you need money.
The issue of BBI, let me tell you, at the OMC and everyone kupitisha hiyo isikustue, kwa sababu we saw the kind of force and the kind of bribe and everything was used by the deep state and government machinery.
That the force will not be there?
Now, unajua hii ni election. hii ni election yenye unajua hawa walikuwa watu wachache, watu 2,000. Uhuru akawaambia either mpigie.
Let me ask you this way, Ruben. If this is an elected MCA, he has money, and he can still want to get money to vote. What about a normal Kenya who doesn't have, who sleeps hungry?
Mi nakwambia hawa 2,000 MC ni wachache sana, na hawa wangetumika kwa sababu wewe unajua the issue of DCI, DPP and everything. Ukikosa kupiga yes, unatumiwa hao, unakuwa investigated. Wacha nikuambie the kind of vote nini watu wale watu wako kwa ground, huwezi wa force. They have already made their decision.
There are 2 counties in Kishu who voted no. How were they investigated?
Unajua hiyo ilikuwa obvious, inajulikana watapiga no, but Mount Kenya walikuwa so coordinated, wakapewa hadi car grants, unasikia, na silikuwa hadi kwa koti. That was a bribe.
Anyway,
for them to
anyway,
vote.
We are helping you to think outside the box so that when things happen 2022, don't be shocked. Because politics is dynamic. Listen to me. Politics is dynamic. Today, if you ask me if UDA has a ground in Bungoma, I will tell you yes. There are people who are seriously following William Ruto. I cannot pretend and start saying that, oh, we Western will vote for Raila. No. There are people who will vote for William Ruto in Western, and I know they have changed their mind. There are those who are still with Raila, and I know. That is what is exactly happening in Central. There are people who will vote for William Ruto, and we don't dispute. But there are people who have already changed their mind, and their focus is they will stand with Uhuru, whatever Uhuru says.
Wekesa, tuache kudanganya baba, tafadhali. Na uone all those leaders wenye wanafuata Raila, utaniambia by August 9 ama watarudi kwa hizo viti. Hawatarudi, tafadhali. Tuache kumdanganya.
The reverse is true, Ruben. Muache kudanganya William. Na muache kukula pesa yake na wana last minute mumuache. We will condemn you guys. Because he has done a lot. He has done a lot. He has been there every Sunday. Mukikula tu pesa yake na msimpatie kura, tutawafinya.
Unajua naona baba akidance kule Central. Ameitwa dance yenye hawezani nayo. Huko ni kumudanganya, mnamdanganya. Mwambieni ukweli. Huyu mzee hii na hii umri wake mtamfanya apatwe na stroke. Akiwa amegojea huo muda wote akidanganywa na akina Kamada ati atapigwa kura and then apate hakuna. Mtashangaa zikianza kuhesabiwa. Itakuwa ile stop counting, my friend. 99% itaenda kwa William. So prepare baba psychologically. He is very old. We don't want stroke at this age. Please.
Ruben, wewe ndiye umelala. Kindly kutoka kwa Kakun, can you discuss with other people? Don't discuss with the only people who belong to your nini. Kindly discuss with other people from Central, not any other area. You will realize that it's not what you think. Ayaga, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much.
Karibu. Register as a voter.
Mimi nilianza kupiga kura kitambo bwana, 2013.
Oh, wewe sio millennial kama Ruben.
So unajua watu kama Ruben ndio watakwambia sijui youths there is about 6 million youths who are supposed to vote.
Tu swali today, kwa nini hata youths hawako kwa line? Ni watu wazee ndio wanaanza kuenda kuregister. Haiwezi jibu hiyo.
Even those youths, they will vote where their parents vote. Na hiyo ni ukweli. Na 2022 haitakuwa ile uchaguzi yenye tunaenda na youths. Youth has been there. 2013 when I was voting, I was merely 17. And I vote where my parents' votes were. So let us stop cheating these people around here. At your youths will come with a new game changer. There is no change. Let me tell Ruben. I'm seeing Ruben because kwa sababu yeye pengine huwa anaongea na hata akiongea hapa angaliangi huku comment, afinye hii kitu inaitwa chat, alafu afinye hapo asome wakati anaongea, angaliagi nikiongea how is people reacting. Ruben is not more Kikuyu than the rest that the people, those guys are commenting here. Yeah, so there are more Kikuyus than even him. If you hate Baba, your hatred, you can keep it to yourself. My friend, I'm telling you, hii siasa ya Kenya, mimi nimekuwa huko mahali huko kupinga serikali. Mimi nimezaliwa huko, by the way, from early 90s. Nimelelewa, kwa hiyo nimekaa hapo, nimekuwa huko, nikazaa huko, nikaoa nikiwa huko. Na mimi kitu nakuambia, ukiona Baba hajasema ana run, my friend, you will be shocked. Maybe he has changed the tactics. Hizi tactics ya Ruto yote hii sahii ni propaganda, ABCD. Wakisikia kitu kidogo ya kuattack the Kenyatta family, we have done them and we have never succeeded. So don't expect miracle in politics. There is no miracle in politics. And even if you go to Bible, when Jesus was asked, should we pay taxes or not? He looked at those people and he told them, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give God what belongs to God. Because Christianity and politics is unified. And even Jesus himself recognized there is a government. The Bible says this, Mr. Ruben, it seems you don't know, that God do not interfere in civic matters of human being. Things will change. Hii uchaguzi inakuja hapa mbele, it is human beings that are going to decide. We have tried with all these things you call numbers. If numbers and crowd could have been giving the presidency, Matiba is more Kikuyu than you. Circumcised along River Chinian. Wewe pengine ulikatwa kwa hizi OC za hapa Nairobi, hizi kichochoro hapa. Facing the knife very early in the morning, according to Ngugi wa Thiong'o, the book I read called River Between. Yeah, is more Kikuyu than you. He had a crowd in 1992 more than anybody else. He never won. Same in 1997, they never won. Him and Kibaki.
Ayaga. Aje nikunywe maji taka moja na kuja. Endelea tu.
Oh, thank you very much.
The next person atakuwa Amos and what? Yeah, ongea.
Yeah. So let me tell Ruben. Let me tell Ruben. In Kenya, there are posts. Not even in Kenya, in politics. Even these things you are underrating called the deep state and system. They are the people who removed Trump. Number one, Trump even did not attend the McCain's funeral. He called him a general that was never win anything. Then Bush father died. Bush the senior. He never attended. He said those are useless people. People who oppressed American. When those people ganged against him, the Trump we know, who was talking like a dragon, he never won. So Ruben, I'm telling you, you will be in a deep shock and a very great shock. We have tried with votes, my friend. If you see us today, we are lying low, doing a political of tapu. I don't know if you understand the word tapu. Tapu ni ile mchezo unafanya ukijificha. So tunafanya hiyo tukijificha. We know what we are doing. And very soon, you will be a very worried man, you know. We have been there. Number one, let me teach you simple thing, because naona Amos ametoka. And my brother Benson is here. He will be my witness. We are born in opposition politics, so we know what you are trying to do. We know. Number one, the mistake Raila has been doing is one, attacking the central power. The central power is this Kikuyu people you guys munaita bwenyenye. Look at Equity. Muga was talking there. Muga is the chairman of Equity. And you call those people, they are useless. SK Macharia was speaking there. You call those SK Macharia useless. Let me give you the examples of only those two guys. What if they go to their companies today and summon all the Kikuyus they employ, and then they tell those people, your job is under attack. If Ruto becomes president, he will deal with me, and when he dealt with me, I will have no money to run this company. You will be jobless, and in the near future, you will have no job, and maybe the job you will do in the street pushing a wheelbarrow. That propaganda alone, the people who are employed in Equity Bank, the kids that have been that are being sponsored by Equity, even from the village where I come from, we have people who are being sponsored by the Equity. Royal Media is everywhere, employing people deep down the village. When those guys will be taking that message deep down in the villages, that I'm working maybe under Kameme. I don't know if Kameme is Inoro. Let me say Inoro. I'm sure Inoro is a Royal Media. I'm working in Inoro. If Ruto becomes president, Inoro will be closed. I will be jobless. My friend, that message alone will go deep down the village. And the repercussion of that message alone, and I'm telling you, with the few months we have, you have not followed Murkomen lately. Murkomen is telling his people, don't attack the businessmen. Those are the people who have Mount Kenya University. Those are the people who are owning Chuka University. Those are the people who are owning most of things in central Kenya. If you look at their company and the number of employees they have in those private companies, if they go down, spreading rumors that you will lose job in a 1 year time if so and so becomes president because he hates me, so when he becomes president he will deal with me and the company will be closed. Ruben, things will change and you will not, where you are, you will not even be sitting pretty. It is a very dangerous weapon that has been wamekuwa wakitumia kwa Raila. And that's why you can say, oh, because you are talking of a rumor that you are told. Wewe Ruben, wewe ukiulizwa, wewe tangu zaliwe unakaa rika yangu, there is nothing bad Raila has done for you. So maybe whatever the rumor and the things you want to propagate here, ni vitu umesikia mahali. Hizo vitu umesikia mahali zitakuwa spread down kwa jina ya Ruto. And within a few or a twinkle of an eye, my friend, things will change. So I'm telling you, be very careful. Wewe kama Ruben hujaemploy hata mtu kutoka Mount Kenya, hata mtu moja. You are speaking on yourself and on your behalf. SK Macharia akiongea, anaongea kwa sababu maybe ameemploy like 1% of people who are coming from Mount Kenya. When those people goes to their village and start spreading such rumors, kwa sababu hata mimi ndugu yangu akiniambia amepata kazi in Royal Media ama Equity Bank, hiyo kazi atapoteza next year kwa sababu there is a guy who will be president and will be dealing with them in a certain manner, anaweza kosa kazi. Hata mimi mahali niko nitachukia huyo mtu. So deal with those people very carefully. Don't just go and call them bwenyenye. Kenyatta family, Brookside.
Ayaga.
Kenyatta family, they have a lot of companies.
Ayaga.
A lot of companies. I will answer you, Ruben. They have a lot of companies. I worked in Brookside some years back, like 6 years. The people who are there Kikuyus. Mama mboga asubuhi wenye wanapeleka chai pale wananunuliwa asubuhi are from Ruiru. The people who are transporting people from the road to the company with a motorbike, they are Kikuyu. If you go down there and you tell them this company will be no more in 2022 August, kwa sababu Ruto will be in government and he will ensure that Kenyatta family is downgraded to the ground, amutakuwa na hii pesa yenyu mnapata hapa kila siku, so haitakuwa. My friend, it will be very dangerous and things will change on ground. I'm telling you guys, don't jump onto opposing everything. Some are traps. Even hii ya Pandora paper. Wengine wenu wata celebrate. It is a, I was reading the history. Nilikuwa nimelisten kwa hiyo. Hii pesa the Kenyatta family waliweka in 202. I was in sijui class 1, if not class 1, class 2. Waliweka in 202 when a new administration that may be they believe haitawa favor, ndio walipeleka pesa yao huko. Ruto supported these guys. Nyinyi mkadance o Ruto tano tena sijui kumira. When that money is outside there. This is a trap laid for William Ruto, and very soon and the near future it will come to consume him. Na nyinyi wenyewe hapa mnasema sijui damu yenu ni Ruto, nini yenu ni Ruto. Nyinyi huwa mfuatangi akili zenu kukupiga kura. Nyinyi, in fact, let me say, you and we Luos and Kalenjins, we don't follow our brains when voting. We follow our hearts. Mtu atakuja akwambie kitu ingie kwa roho, na hiyo roho yako ndogo inakaa kama ya panya, reason na kitu haiko, alafu the way unachukia Raila, and Raila hajawahi uwa mtu yoyote kutoka kwa familia yenu, Raila hajawahi fanyia wewe kitu yoyote mbaya na unamchukia. Wale watu walifanya ukamchukia yeye, ndiye anakuambia yeye ni mzuri. Na they will spread that rumor that Ruto is a bad guy. We must take that to the bank. I must give a priority. I must give a credit to lawyer people. They always vote with their brain. They always vote all candidates. Even if you look the MPs in Western, utapata ODM, utapata Jubilee, utapata Ford Kenya, utapata ANC, utapata Wiper, utapata other parties. Come to your central where you come from. You vote with your heart because your heart told you Jubilee ni Messiah, na ni Messiah, na ni Messiah. Tell me your county where you come from. There is no even ODM. You cannot vote. Why? Because Raila Odinga is a bad man. Same to me like Siaya where I come from. There is no Jubilee. We must to accept that. My friend, sisi kama vijana inafaa tukue na ile akili, tunakaa down mahali tunasemanga hawa watu wanatupanga. Sisi unajua hiyo wakati Uhuru alikuwa na demo na Israela kwenu ndio umpigie 99%, hata sisi huko Raila alituambia hivyo. Na unajua nyinyi mliambiwa Raila ni mchawi, ni mganga, sijui amefanya nini. Mimi sijaona mtu Raila ameroga. Lakini sasa inakuja ukweli, sisi Raila alituambia hawa watu ni wezi, na hiyo wezi yao sasa inajulikana, ya Ruto inajulikana, ya Uhuru Kenyatta ndio hii na nyenyekea inajulikana. So if there is people who should believe of their leader or should have a faith with the leader, it is me. And I don't want to go that direction because, my friend, let us have the heart of reasoning with our brains like the rest. If you go to Kisii, you will get there are independent candidates there like 6. ODM no MP until recently. Jubilee got sijui 4 or 3. The other ones are other parties. ODM got governors, they mix and match. Instead, we call them fools. We call them, oh, you guys, you don't beat block. We call a lawyer, you are divided. Those are the people who are now civilized politically. We from Nyanza, you from Central, and the Kalenjin nation, My friend, we are not yet mature politically and we should accept it. Hizi vitu unatuambia sijui baba atapata stroke. Those guys are rich. They don't get stroke because they don't get vote. Let me give you a simple calculation. ODM won 20 governors, like 96 MPs, like 24 senators. ODM won like 400 MCAs and like 24 women rep. Every month, each governor gives ODM 1 million. Each MP gives 500,000 and senator plus women rep. MCA contribute like 200,000 to ODM. Can you calculate how much Raila is receiving under the ODM monthly? And you are talking of stroke will kill him. Even if he don't win, he wins the presidency and he have like 100 MPs, like he have 20 governors, like he have whatever. The guy will be in politics as long as you guys are always singing Raila will go home, he will go nowhere. That's why people who knows like us, we are not saying Ruto will go home. He will convince brainwashed people in central Kenya. We'll give him 3-4 governors. He will go to Rift Valley, sweep all governors. He will manage 2 or 3 in Western. He will go to Coast, have 1 or 2. He will go to Northeastern, have another governor. At the end of the day, those governors will give him $1 million per month. And MCS will do the same. Ruto will be a happy man, doing nothing, getting paid, having a lot of money. But wewe uko hapa unatuambia how Raila will get stroke. How many times from 2007 you guys have been winning and Raila is not having any stroke? He knows what he's doing. That's why Ruto is telling you people, because you are brainwashed, you don't know the party politics. Let me tell you, sisi tumekuwa na ODM from 2007. So I know the party politics. Maybe nyinyi hamjui, mkakuwa sijui PNU, mkatoka PNU mkaingia TNA, mkatoka TNA mkaruka sijui Jubilee. So let me tell you, what Ruto is telling you, he want to centralize everything in his party. That's why he's against all those small party. Yeah, he want a party that is in charge. Are you getting me, Ruben? He is in charge. He will say, from central, I have 3 governors, and that is all. Even if he don't win or he wins, how much money he gets? I think you have a pen and writing this down, because I'm educating you. Because you think if somebody loses, he's going nowhere. That guy is feeling more, kwa sababu after that, nobody is blaming him like Raila. Nobody will ask him, we know we don't have roads, you are in a government. As much as you guys are trying to connect Raila with government, there is nothing will happen to him. Raila is not in government, he's enjoying his money, and those money come next election, mnaimba mnamtuma home, but bado after the other election, ye yako tu. Same to Ruto. Ruto will be in politics, my friend, kama mjajipanga, kwa sababu yeye anajipanga. He has learned that tactics from Raila Odinga. He will be in politics maybe mpaka 2032 2042 kama mjui. When he will be a very old man, he will be in politics. And that's why maybe these guys are gagging him now. Because if he becomes president, he will behave like Obama. Juzi uliona Obama akikampenia Biden mpaka akawin. He gang up with the Bush family, Clinton family, McCain's family, whatever family. Wakatoa nini? Deep state is everywhere. If you want to discredit them, okay, so be it. I'm done. Anybody can go. The guy behind me can go. Thank you very much.
Ayaga.
Yeah.
The problem we have is just going listening street politics, but it seems you have not experienced the real politics in this country. And Me, personally, I don't have any problem with Raila Odinga. But the problem I have, I never want him to be the president of this country. He is very good in opposition. And as I remain opposition. And I'm not saying Ruto is only the best candidate at this time. But
Ruben,
what I believe,
Ruben,
no, listen, what I believe, we don't have any other option because Raila cannot be an option.
Ruben, listen to me.
Listen,
Ruben,
skiza,
listen to me and tafadhali give me just 2 minutes. Give me just 2 minutes. Na hii maneno ya opposition. Ruben, give me 2 minutes and listen for me carefully. And please, you understand me. In the constitution, you know the problem you have. You have been a follower of William Ruto for a long time. And now I can understand. William Ruto posed this constitution we have. Ruben, the constitution we have has something called, we have the system we are using, my brother, for your information, is called pure presidential system. We are not using parliamentary where we have the opposition. I want you to get me clearly. Saa zingine masomo ni kitu ya muhimu. Penda kusoma. Hata kama unapewa propaganda, unachanganya na ya kwako. Julius Nyerere alisema uongo yenye umepewa, ile umesikia changanya na ya kwako. And I want you to listen to this. What we are using today, there is nothing like opposition. And if the opposition is there, remember this election, this parliament we have, this government we have, it was null and void. So, and the repeat election, Raila never participated. The guy who became number 2 after Uhuru Kenyatta in October is Akuro Aukot. So if you want opposition, so Raila is not there in the first place constitutionally. If you still believe in the older constitution, because this new constitution, we don't have something called opposition. This one I'm just giving you secretly. I hope nobody is hearing me. You know, there is nothing like opposition. What we have is a pure presidential. In a pure presidential, my brother, parliament is doing oversighting role. We have executive, we have parliament, and we have judiciary, which is doing what we call the checks and balance. Ukisoma hiyo katiba pole pole, hii tunatumia saa hii. Checks and balance. Sasa hapa kwa opposition ni parliament na judiciary. Ndio maana unasikianga judiciary imepeleka executive through attorney general imepeleka bunge ama assembly, national assembly kwa kotini, wakampeleka wapi? Judiciary. Na hapo ndio unasikia parliament pia imeenda kotini kushtaki nani? Executive. We don't have opposition. And hapo tu ndio nyinyi mulikwama na ile akili ya Ruto ya 2010 ya kupinga katiba. And that's where your problems are. Mukitoka hapo tutaelewana. What you have not come to understand, even up to moment we are talking sahi, bado unatoka sijui Raila is good for position. Who is Raila? Raila was never in the recognized election by law. Is election that was done in 26th October. And in that election, Raila never participated. The law requires that if you can withdraw. So Raila never participated. Number 2 was Akuro Aukot. Hizi maswali zote, ungekuwa hata mjanja na ungekuwa mtu wa kufuata katiba, kwa sababu Ruto hafuati. Wewe ukifuata Ruto utapata umepotea sana venye umepotea. Unaongea stories za opposition zenye hata ziko. So utapata Ruto amekupoteza kwa akili yako, you don't reason. Number one, you don't have mind to reason, you don't have thinking capacity, you are denied ability to read. If you go to this constitution, hatuna opposition. So ukisema Raila is good in opposition, that hiyo iliisha 2013, huko 2010 Raila akiwa prime minister. The last time Raila was opposition leader was from 1997 to 2002. From 2002 to 2007, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was the leader of opposition. From 2007 to 2013, there was no position because we were using what we call the National Accord. In fact, in 2007, in 1997, Raila was not. It was Kibaki. Kibaki was number 2. From 1992, Matiba was the leader of opposition. Let me teach you. Kwa sababu hawa watu wamefanya akili yako uwezi soma na uwezi jua. Ni Matiba wenu huyu Kenneth kutoka Central ndiye alikuwa number 2. In 1997, Kibaki was number 2. In fact, Raila sijui was number 4. So I don't know, mimi sijui opposition unasema Raila is best in opposition. Kibaki akafanya hiyo kazi mpaka 2002 akawa president. Akawa president, the guy who was number 2 was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, which did that work diligently until Raila disagreed with Kibaki. Then they joined forces together in 2005 when there was oranges and bananas, and Kibaki was opposed, wakanyema Kibaki kuchange constitution. Unakumbuka Kilifi draft? Yes. So Uhuru Kenyatta alifanya hiyo kazi kutoka 2002 mpaka 2007. 2007 to 2013, ndugu yangu hatukuwa na opposition. Raila was prime minister, right inside government, appointing ministers. From 2013 to 2017, we had a new constitution. This new constitution, there is no position. So after called loose, Raila was just an ordinary. We have the parliament doing the oversighting role. Same to what we are going today from 2017 to 2022. Wewe mahali ulijua Raila is good for position. You lack ability to think, you lack ability to reason, you lack ability to read. And if you read keenly, hata hiyo ni past constitution, hiyo bado mmekwama akili ya kusema tuko na opposition leader, which kama hiyo tungekuwa tunatumia ni Akura Okot, hiyo Raila has never been opposition leader in eternity, is what I know. Raila has never been opposition leader of this country. The opposition leaders we ever have, let me tell you today, is number 1, Kenneth Matiba, 1992 to 2000 to 1997. Nataka unihesabu keenly. After that, before then, it was Jaramogi, Raila's father. Kutoka kwa Matiba tukaingia kwa Kibaki. Tukaingia kwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Raila has never been official opposition of any country in the world. Maybe kama alikuwa Zimbabwe, lakini si Kenya. So hii maneno yote mnaambiwa, hii za ujinga, mnaweka utumbavu mwingi kwa akili, without reasoning, without thinking. Ndugu yangu, itawaumiza na itakuonyesha wewe ni mjinga zaidi, kwa sababu there is nowhere in the law Raila Odinga has been an official opposition leader. Tell me in which country, which year, na akakuwa number 2 na akaenda opposition. The last time Raila was number 2 na tulikuwa na constitution that recognized opposition leader was 2007, and that we had problems. We create National Accord. Raila Odinga became prime minister. He was never opposition leader. In 2013 to date, we have a new constitution that did not recognize opposition leader. Ruben, are you with me? You can go ahead.
Unajua, wacha tupatie wengine na chance. Unajua wewe ni you are fully brainwashed by this thing called Raila and so on. Wacha tupatie wengine nafasi.
If I ask you, Ruben, Unasema
Wacha
Raila
tupatie
Odinga
wengine
ni
nafasi.
Ruben, I want
Tupatie
you
wengine
to tell me
nafasi.
which year was Raila official opposition leader? Which year?
You know, Jana, I insisted here, and let me just support it. Jana insisted here that the current constitution, Raila is not the opposition leader. What he can do ni kama mimi na wewe kutoa press statement. Hakuna kitu ingine. Nancy akasema hiyo ni urongo. But today if you watched his interview kwa TV ya Kale, he said it very clearly. He is not an opposition leader. The executive the government inakuwa oversighted with the parliament. So he's right. What he's telling us is right.
So the role we want.
Let's argue with facts, eh?
So the role we want is Raila to continue kutoa hiyo mambo, kutoa serikali makosa. Hii miaka ingine 5. Hiyo ndio tunataka. We may take essentially here arguing on who is opposition and fooling others, sijui nani opposition, but what we know has been a perennial opposition leader in this country. He will go to the history of this country as opposition leader, and we want him to continue the next 5 years kutoa serikali makosa, hata kama anakataa hiyo jina opposition, kutoa serikali makosa mahali anaona makosa. We want him to continue playing that role because he do it better. We have seen it. Listen, we have seen it 2013 to 2017. Raila was holding some press conference, anasema huku kunaibiwa, huku kunafanyiwa nini, kuna corruption, and the government was taking action. So we want him to continue doing that role from 2022 to 2027. Akuwe akicheza hiyo game. He is very good and we recognized him. And in fact, we respect him playing that position. Presidency that is not meant for him in this country. And he'll be atakuwa champion, atakuwa kwa game, but he will never own that president. He will never be a president of this country. Our generation will read him in the books of history as the perennial loser and perennial opposition leader. We want him to continue playing that role.
Ruben, can I talk to you? Guys, wacha niongeleshe Ruben kidogo. Ruben, since you want us to reason like you, wacha nikwambie. Kwa hii Kenya yetu kuna kitu inaitwa deep state. Na saa hii Raila ako upande ya deep state. Na ngoja uone 2022 Raila akiwa on the ballot atakuwa favored na deep state na niende atakuwa president. Wewe umesema hata hawahi kuwa president. Saa hii on this side ameshajua venye game huwa inachezwa, na saa hii anafavoriwa na deep state and he will be president whether you like it or not, kwa sababu now I want to reason the way you want to reason.
Unajua that is more a belief of believing that because atapatiwa president na deep state, that is misreading others.
Atapatiwa na deep state. He has been winning elections because hajawahi kuwa na side ya deep state, but this time ako kwa side ya deep state, and because he has been winning election na majority of Kenyans wako on his side, mimi nikiwa mmoja wao, we will vote for him once again, na akishinda na deep state itamkubalia pia aingie and he will win whether you like it or not.
That is a myth. That is the myth. That is a myth. The ODM supporters have been holding.
So, Ruben, you are saying it's a myth. Hiyo yako kusema he'll never be. Is it not also a myth? Ama wewe umeanza kuwa kama watu wengine wanajifanya ndio Mungu.
That is a fact. That is a fact. Raila cannot be the president of this country. He is opposition leader. Hata kama tunamtoa hiyo title.
Maybe, but you don't know the meaning of a fact. Do you know the meaning of a fact?
the myth that the ODM supporter have been holding, or Raila has been warning, or Raila atakuwa amekuwa akishida, atapewa na hii deep state kwa sababu atashida. That is not a fact. Let him campaign, get more vote, which he will not, so he will not be the president. Please don't give him hope of being the president. And that is what I said from the beginning. He will be almost 3 years. At that age, very lethal to get a stroke because of losing, I think, 7th times. It will be very dangerous. So let's prepare him psychologically. He should have some counselings there when watakuwa wakimcancel that if mzee you lose this, kindly take a heart, work in your side as wa kutoa serikali makosa, tutakukubali. Unaona, tutakusupport. Unaona, so he should have some counselor there mwenye watakuwa wakimuongelesha polepole, but akifuata watu akina Kamanda, akina Solomon wenye wanamwambia tutakupatia, it will be a very big shock in this country and they don't want to be that. Thank you. Give others a chance.
Okay, asante for giving us a chance, and that's why I would also like to comment. Na the way you want me to reason, I will reason the way you are also reasoning, and I would like you also to tell your fellow leader, who is Mr. William Ruto, that guy who is full of mambo ya mpito mpito, anasema Kenya haina wajinga wengi, Kenya imepunguzwa wajinga. We know what he is doing. He is the only person that is letting down the economy of this country. This guy has stolen each and every corner, left, right, center. He has stolen everywhere. Ndio maana alikosana na Uhuru. Ndio maana juzi hata uliona aliandika barua kwa hawa watu wa kanisa. Alikuwa anataka arudishwe karibu na Kenyatta, lakini mambo ilishindikana na yeye anajua mambo imeshindikana huko nje. The only person who knows that he is not going to win this election is one Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. He knows that one very well. Yeye ni vile tu hawezi sema mbele ya hii umati yote ambayo ako nayo, na si ati ako na watu wengi. Ako na tu, I just don't want to mention regions, but we all know the region that is behind him. Hii region nyingine ambayo amekuwa akicampaign for the last 4 years, hiyo imeanza kumponyoka, na yeye Mr. William Ruto anajua hawezi, he cannot go anywhere, hawezi shinda hii election. The moment he lost the support of deep state is the moment he knew that he was never going to win anything in this country. Na yeye venye yako mumwambie ajitayarishe kukubali matokeo, kwa sababu he is this one guy who never accepted results, and we can trace this back in 2007. Yeye pamoja na Martha Karua wao ndio walikuwa wanaleta shida. Wakati Kofi Annan alikuwa anataka kuleta makubaliano watu wawili kukuwe na grand coalition, only William Ruto alikuwa amekataa. Anaambia Raila usikubali hii maneno. Anasema wewe, the only thing we can accept ni wewe kukuwa president. Sasa the only guy who should be anafaa kupatiwa counseling, anafaa kuambia atulize boli ni Mr. William Samoei Ruto, sio baba Raila Amolo Odinga ambaye tunajua ni baba wetu, na yeye tunajua he is going to be in less than 11 months, we know he is going to be the president of the Republic of Kenya, whether you like it or not. And I'm reasoning the way you want us to reason, na nimeenda.
Ala, mbona mmenyamaza? Hello. Hello.
Nani
Sound.
anapeana nafasi?
Hakuna mtu akutoa nafasi.
Oh, ni kuongea tu.
But the guy has been told the truth, eh? Actually, Ruto has been relying on lies kudanganya watu. But time is out. Watu wameshajua mambo yake. He's going nowhere. If you take all the lies he has said in this country, ni mingi sana. Ni mingi sana. I don't know if there's any one thing Ruto amesema ambayo ni kweli. Everything. Huh? Juzi nimemwona kanisa anataka kujifanya yeye ndio Yesu. Mpaka ana quote Bible mali Mungu alitoa watu from dust to sijui wapi. Yeah? And he wants to compare himself with God. Yeah? This guy is a liar. This guy has never done anything for this country despite being in the government since 1992. Wakati alikuwa YK 92. Can anybody or whoever that guy was, the guy who was supporting, tell me Ruto amefanya nini for this nation, kwa hii serikali yetu tangu aingie siasa, apart from the negative things? Mara anasema akona mayai na 1 million. Hatujaona hata lorry zinabeba hizo vitu, hatujaona clients wake. I mean, he cannot be making money more than Safaricom in terms of percentage per year. Now, we don't know what factories or what manufacturer companies that he has. Hana chochote. Western Hotel is a small thing. Ukienda Dolphin is a small thing. Ni kitu gani tena ako nayo ambayo inamletea pesa ambayo tunajua? Hakuna. But the guy has billions of money. Ametoa wapi? He's not even paying. Safaricom tunatangaziwa umelipa tax kiasi fulani, breweries tax kiasi fulani. If he's a leading guy ambayo yuko na biashara, mbona tusikiangi jina yake, returns zake za tax? His time is up, actually. His time is up. And you know, people are not stupid. They cannot be stupid forever. He has moved from dynasty, Hustler dynasty, akaingia wheelbarrow, akatoka wheelbarrow, sasa yuko kwa bottom up, ambayo they cannot also not define the policy ya hiyo bottom up. The model imewashinda kwa ku define. Alisema wheelbarrow ni kama tu ile oranges ama kama umbrella ile ya Wiper ama orange ya ODM. But have you seen Wiper giving people umbrellas? Ama ODM anapatia watu oranges? No. To them that was a symbol. Lakini huyu alitaka kujifanya ati wheelbarrow ukikuwa nayo ndio itakupatia kazi uendelee mbele. It can't happen like that. Iwezekani. So whoever was supporting anasema Raila cannot never win. Nataka niambie kitu moja, Ruto who has been in the government longer than Raila, ni kitu gani amefanya? Raila has been outside. He has brought us a democratic space. Ametuletea hii constitution ambayo iko na devolution. And so many other things. Ruto being in the government, what has he done? Being even a deputy president, which is more powerful than a vice president. What has he done for this country apart from kutiagas watoto pale Lang'ata? And every bad thing is blamed on him. Vitu mingi sana. And I have said it in this forum. Unaweza pelekwa hata kwa Supreme Court na uachiliwe. But the verdict of members of the public is usually correct. They don't go to court. They don't even have submissions advocates hata ukileta 20. No. They look at things from far and they make a judgment. And their verdict is always right. Ama mna gani?
Unajua ukiangalia the ODM, the kind of kifua wamekuwa wakijipiga for a long time, it is the same here. even hawasikizagi hata ukuambia ukweli for what time. Sasa hapa tunajaribu kuosha baba, kumpaka mafuta, which will not work. This kind of arrogance will take him nowhere. He will not. Haitamsaidia. Na musisahau mnafikiria tumesahau na historia ya Raila hii Kenya. Tumekuwa 2017 akijiapisha. Tumekuwa 2017 akiongoza kurusha mawe kila mahali. Our vehicles ziliharibiwa. In fact hata hiyo Equity wenye mnasema hiyo Munga sijui Mwangi. Pale Kibira ilipigwa mawe. Tulikuwa this country. Tumekuwa huku from 2013 in ICC akisema Uhuru na Ruto hawangeachiliwa. So this kind of washing baba, kumpaka mafuta venye amekuwa mzuri, we remember the whole history ya Raila. Hata mtoto mdogo ukimuuliza who is Raila, atakwambia he is somebody who already lead some goons to destroy people's property. Somebody who have never won the election, somebody who cannot be the president, somebody who have committed treason, someone who participated in the coup attempt 1982. So surely hii mambo ya saizi tunaosha baba ati ni mweupe kama pamba. Let's forget. Yet he deserved to be president, but he is not qualified to be president.
My friend, talk with facts, my friend. Please, let's talk with facts.
Tusikizane, nataka kulala.
Hakuna kujipiga kifua. You have mentioned so many things, that you wanajipiga kifua, but I'm telling you facts. Was he not detained for 9 years? Why was he detained? Unasema coup, wale walifanya coup, they were taken court-martialed in a court of law. Was he tried wakati unasema hiyo wakuu? Was he tried? Apelekwe kotini, watu watoe ushahidi. There was no evidence.
Na treason 2017?
No, you're saying the coup of 1982. There was no evidence. They just put him in because he already was fighting for opening the democratic space. How come wengine walikuwa court-martialed? Why was he not taken to court if there was evidence? So we are talking about facts, my friend. Not hii mambo tu unasikia tu hivi juju. Wakati wameshikana na Matiba na Robia, ndio section 2A ifunguliwe. Is that not a fact? But I'm telling you, just tell me one small thing, hata kama ni half, kama sio moja, what Ruto has done. Hiyo tu, challenging you to that. I've given you zile Raila amefanya. The new constitution that we're enjoying ambayo iko na devolution, imepeleka pesa kwenye county. Who fought for this constitution? If we tell you that when Kibaki got an accident and Raila took him from Nairobi hospital, akampeleka airport, akampandisha ndege na akampelekea hospitali London, is that not a fact? By the same time, Wamalo was also sick, akaenda London, akakuwa admitted. Who was back here campaigning for Kibaki? Is that not a fact? When Moody Awori in his biography says that Kibaki wanted to appoint Raila as a VP, Raila akasema mwache Wamalwa awe appointed. Is that not a fact? Moody Awori ndiye ameandika kwa autobiography yake. You read that book. Is that not a fact? When Dr. Gikonyo says wakati walikuwa airport, ni Raila aliwasaidia kila kitu mpaka Kibaki akapandishwa kwa ndege. Alikuwa amewekwa huko nyuma, Raila akaita vijana wakampeleka kwa ndege mbele. That is Dr. Gikonyo. Is that not a fact? Don't tell me what Ruto has done for this country.
I think it will help you. I could just send you to previous. We have tulikuwa na previous debate where you reason how Ruto contributed in the field of education during his tenure, how he contributed in the field of agriculture, and how he has now currently contributed kwa hii field ya table banking. I think if you listen that, you will boost Mutebei TV and then you will get answer there. I don't think I can repeat it again.
Table banking is a flop. It is a flop, a big flop. Kama ujui. It's a very big flop. Hata unaisikianga siku hizi. Money was pumped there. Ikaenda na ikaenda kabisa. Do you hear table banking anymore? Mambo ya education unasema na agriculture. In fact, during his agriculture ndio ulikuwa na maize scandal. Ujue hivyo? That was when there was a big maize scandal. Hizo zingine ministry, those are policies. Hata wewe ukipelekwa pale and you are astute, things will happen. Mtu akifanya makosa na discipline, things will happen. I'm saying to initiate. Initiate kitu gani? What has he initiated? Wacha hii mambo, hata mimi sasa ukinipeleka, hata ukiniappoint IG, I will be an IG. Some things hata wewe sasa iko cheo ukipewa, it will work so long as you are following the policy ile ziko laid it down, it will work. But initiating something is different. To initiate something ambao itakaa miaka na miaka, like wakati nene alikuwa transport initiated, hizi mambo ya highways zinakuwa implemented Raila. Wakati alikuwa akaweka hizi mambo ya kura kera, hizi za mambo ya barabara, they are existing until now. What has Ruto initiated ambayo we can see it sahi? So agriculture unasema, what did he initiate ambayo tunaona sahi? Nothing. Education, what did he initiate ambayo tunaona sahi? Nothing. Hakuna.
Maiki yako imekuwa mbaya.
Sawa, wengine wapia wasiongee, tuziwe tunaongea sisi wawili.
George, you are done. Let's have MC.
Sijui ni nini, kama ni mic zenu zimekuwa mbaya, sauti haitokei mzuri.
Okay, so let's have MC. Who has the numbers? MC, we are talking about the numbers. There are 7.2 million are supposed to register. In the first phase, we are going to have around 4.5 distributed 1 M in Rift Valley, 600 in kuna Eastern, kuna Central, kuna 500 Nairobi, kuna 400 Western. Nyanza is 600 and Coast, kuna 395 Nairobi, Northeastern 147.
Kwa ile kitu iko, tukiangalia mambo ya track records, we will never ignore Raila kwa track records zenye ni mzuri. And then kwa zile mbaya, we will never avoid Ruto. Nimejaribu kusikiza one of the guys hapa amezungumza mzuri, ametoa track records za Raila, true facts. Jaribu kuangalia vizuri, Ruto has been in government the longest time than anybody mwenye anavaa right now. But tukijaribu kuangalia zile vitu mzuri amefanya, mbaya zinazidi mzuri. For example, ukijaribu kuangalia, look at the constitution yenye tunaenjoy saa hii. Ruto was one of the guys mwenye alikuwa against. What we are enjoying sahi, kama Ruto angeangusha, hatungekuwa tunaenjoy the evolution, hatungekuwa tunaenjoy a lot of stuff that tunaenjoy from this constitution 2010. Na Wakenya tungejaribu kufungua macho kidogo, tujaribu kuangalia nani anatudanganya na ni nani anataka kutupeleka mbele. That could be a good thing. Ukijaribu kuangalia hata wale watu wenye wana surround Ruto kama kiongozi, the current vice president, deputy president of Kenya, watu wenye wanamzunguka kama vitu ilikuwa mbaya, and I'm trying to guess kwamba this is the guy mwenye alianzisha separation yake na Ruto. Nikijaribu kuangalia na venye nilisikiza interview ya rais in the past few weeks, kama kuna mtu alisikiza, you can divine something. Sioni kama Ruto alifukuzwa na venye hizo allegations zinawekwa na members of his team kwamba sijui amefukuzwa, amenyanganywa this, amenyanganywa that. Uhuru has been a working president, to be honest. Zile vitu zote amefanya, zingine zenye Ruto ana claim amefanya, all these things zinaonyesha kwamba Uhuru wanted somebody, mtu mwenye anamsaidia, mwenye ako competitive. You know, mtu mwenye ana fight mkubwa wake akiwa mamlakani, akiingia kwa mamlaka ni sisi atasamea huku chini. This guy has come, to be honest. Wakenya kama tunafikiria, angalia saizi anajaribu kucamouflage, anajaribu kukuja chini kabisa kufanana na sisi. You know, ameenda huko chini, anatembea na wheelbarrow. Ameenda siku hizi naona amevaa gauni ya kila kanisa. Ameenda kila kanisa na amevaa hizo nini zao, like yeye ni mtu, you know, anataka kujileta as low as possible. Alafu right now wanajaribu kumake every small thing ionekane kwa kitu kubwa. Amechenjiwa askari recently, na nimesikia kwamba ilisemekana kwamba that's a routine thing yenye imekuwa ikifanywa, but hiyo wameibadilisha, wameimake a big deal just because they don't have what they telling Kenyans. They don't have what they selling to Kenyans. They just want to have something small, make it a big deal to convince the poor Kenyans for political mileage. That's all they are doing. Okay. So ile kitu iko hapa, Ruto ana manipulate poor Kenyans for political mileage. Hakuna kitu, sioni kama, if the only mistake yenye Wakenya watafanya is making Ruto president of the Republic of Kenya. That's the only mistake I'm seeing. Kama ameweza kuiba all hizi vitu zote zenye ameiba, zingine within the shortest time possible, how about akipewa hii mamlaka yote sasa, tuseme nchi, yeye ndio kiongozi wa nchi? Honestly, we have to be careful about this. But about the numbers, I'm thinking kwamba Raila has got the numbers. Sahi as we are speaking, hata Rift Valley peke yake kwa Ruto itakuwa kazi, if, you know, and I'm saying if, because atajua mpango yenye imewekwa ya choosing of deputies, because hiyo pia itachangia sana, you know, how things will be at the end. So let's say for example, Raila achukue deputy from Rift Valley, you know, Ruto is done, because kama kura za Rift Valley zitaweza kugawanywa by any chance, then Ruto has no numbers, you know, and that is going to happen. So kwa mtazamo wangu this time, hata kama Ruto anajaribu kuchukua vijana wachache wanashangilia kwa mikutano yake, all the same guys amekuwa akizunguka nao kwa mkutano, akienda kwa mkutano ingine to show us kwamba kuna numbers, the election day will say it all. But all I'm saying, my submission is, as at now, the numbers, mtu mwenye akona numbers ni His Excellency the Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. That's my submission.
Okay, thank you MC. Kuna swali ama tuende kwa Dan Bondek?
Can I contribute mambo ya registration of voters? What's happening? There's no sound. Hello.
Watu wameenda wapi?
Ndio mimi nashindwa. Moderator leo yuko
Moderator nikaa ameenda sapa nini?
Ama yuko training. Tuko wangapi sasa? We only 4. Ala.
Jimoderate tu na uongee.
Sasa tutaongea na tuko wawili tu. I cannot be a moderator, lakini okay, I can do it by mouth, lakini tuko wawili.
Yeah, that's for sure. Ni kama watu wamelala.
Naona wengine wanarudi. Moderator umerudi.
Yeah, I don't know how I have dropped off. I don't know. Thank you. I am having issues with network huko site.
Okay.
So
mambo ya numbers.
Where's Dan? Ama ame drop off.
Watu wamedrop. Wakati tulienda wengine pia wakaenda.
Okay, I don't know, but I've been having issues of network today. Sio mzuri. Sawa, can we... So, George, you have not talked about the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers.
Yeah, we're talking about IEBC numbers. The voter registration.
Yeah,
then
voter registration.
There's also
the
voter turnout.
Somebody here talked about the deep state. The deep state has got a big sway, even during the registration of voters. Because if you want to be rigged in, they start mapema, right from the deployment of those registration machines. If you are not favored by the deep states, they'll deploy machines that break down all the time in your stronghold areas. Hello. So they'll deploy machines zile ziko mbovu mbovu so that they break down all the time. 2, they'll deploy very few of those registration gadgets kwenu. And the people they favor, they'll have the good working machines. Even the personnel, wale washaona levi watakuwa deployed kwa mali strongholds ya yule mtu hataki, strongholds zake ndio wataweka hizo watu wa levi na everything. So rigging starts mapema in this process. So right now, we don't know the favored person of the deep state. It could be Raila, it could be Mudavadi. Because the deep state, we know which region they come from. And there's this feeling that Raila is too strong, you can't push him. Mudavadi can be controlled. So you don't know where their heart is. Raila can be supported na mdomo, and then wikikuja kwa debe ipewe Mudavadi. You see the way things are going now, Raila cannot say at all this time it will be.
But let me ask you, even you remember that clip ya nani? Ya anaitwa nani? Francis Kimemia. He said even if the deep state was to support a candidate, he must be a credible candidate. Mudavadi even doesn't have a support from home. You know, if you have to steal from Mudavadi, and then you have to steal everywhere, the whole country. You know, the deep state can only tip the scale if there are two competing forces. But it cannot bring a candidate from nowhere. That's why Moi tried to bring up Uhuru and it failed. It collapsed on the way. You cannot bring a candidate from zero up to number one.
I totally agree with you. But unjua hii maneno ya UDA inaweza inaweza collapse before hata kama 4 months bado imebaki ndio tuende elections. Na iki collapse, Mudavadi might come strong, you never know.
Yes. Well, let me ask you another question. Politics is a game of numbers. Here uliona mtu kama nani alikuwa na euphoria, mtu anaitwa nani? Hii jamaa anaitwa Bobby Wine. But Bobby Wine ended up having 34 MPs. You see, right now, people are aligning themselves on the parties. You cannot just wake up one day and make Mudavadi president and all the MPs are in UDA, all the MPs are in ODM. And that's why you have to start very mapema. If you are serious, you want to make him president, you have to start mapema, even you strengthen his party and networks, so that the strong candidate comes on his party. But just imagining that they can court, these other parties can have strong candidates, then one person is tipped to be a president. Unakumbuka hata kenye Uhuru aliambia nani Raila during the run of after the nullification of elections. So how will you govern the country? And we have the numbers. And I imagine Raila, they have a lot of numbers. Now, what of people like Mudavadi who gets around 30 MPs? Kama amejaribu sana. How do you govern a country?
Wako Oka. Iko Oka.
Oka, if you combine all of them, Mudavadi 12, the other one is 17, plus the other one 3. My friend, we are talking about 300. How many MPs do you have in Kenya?
About 300.
300 and something. So you realize that it arithmetically doesn't make sense. Me, I can tell you why they are keeping Mudavadi. And in politics, you never know what can happen. So if at all, including the acts of nature, umeelewa? So if at all anything happens, you don't have to look now. Where is the alternative? You should only have plan B. So Mudavadi is being kept as plan B.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Natural.
So there are natural and foreseen circumstances. So you don't go and start building a candidate from scratch, but you need to have an alternative.
In fact, hizo natural attritions unasema
Yeah, especially with the current world where things are happening and anything can happen anytime. You have to be very careful. But he's not plan A. It's not like they can, okay, let me put it this way. It's not like they can run two entities.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Because it's a situation where you need all the, in fact, Uhuru wants all the handshake team to be in one basket.
Yeah, that one
That
I
is his
meona.
desire. Yeah, he wants to do everything to have the whole handshake team in one basket, so that in fact his legacy, one of his legacy, wants to leave a country united. He'll say, anyway, there are few I tried, they failed, but majority I put them together. Because one of the challenges he can never do is to have Raila and Ruto away. It is too little for him.
He cannot do without both of them at the same time.
Yeah, do you know, even let me tell you, Raila alone has added value to Central. Right now, after that just one trip, when he went from akaanzia Laikipia akaenda Nanyuki akakuja, ndio hiyo wakati alimalizia Kithurai, the people who are not following msafara walikuwa wameingia kwa msafara yake, and from there we had meetings after meetings. He restored confidence. There are people who had lost hope that Jubilee will not make it Central, but right now they have seen if they have a strong candidate. That's why they have retreated right now, and they are packaging the message properly. After they are done with the message, they are taking it to the mountain. And one of the message that is going to is they are drilling is so hard is message for BBI. You guys refused this, and it was having these billions for the mountain. And that is the rallying call that the team of Raila wants to have on the mountain. Whereas those guys will win to frustrate BBI, it is a double-edged sword because it's going to haunt them in the campaigns for 2022.
Na ndugu yangu nikuuliza, where is Murkomen?
Murkomen is there, but we have had some things we don't know. Kama is releasing some half truths kidogo kidogo, but he has been. I think he has been one of the guys who wants to tell the other man the truth, that hii kitu yenyewe inaenda na tusipochipanga tutakuwa kwa upinzani.
You know one thing I like about Murkomen? He's vicious. Now usually he talks facts. He's just like the way Orengo and Otiende Amolo are trying to tell Raila mambo ya BBI. And also Murkomen is also the same. In fact, in most cases, Zakuta Murkomen, Kina Otiende Amolo and Orengo, they move the same way. They usually have the same facts and same reasoning. So I think also Murkomen has seen something that is not workable, and he's trying to tell his group, na ni kama wataki kusikia. So labda ameingia kwa fridge kidogo ashike baridi kwanza. But the guy is a sharp thinker. He can think on his feet. He can talk things ambayo hata wewe ukisikia unaelewa. So I don't know, but iko stories zinatoka kwamba he's not mixing well with the team at the moment. But I know with time we'll come to know.
Yeah, I've seen some few circulating messages. Media. I'm not sure if they are his messages or they are propaganda, but there's something cooking.
Yeah, there's something cooking.
Yeah. Sawa. See.
Tulale.
Do you have another thing or we have a good night?
We just have a good night. Naona leo watu wamechoka.
Yeah, me, I had another show, so I'm also tired. I want to rest. Kesho niko na long day.
Okay.
Yeah, so have a good night. Let's catch up tomorrow. For our viewers, thank you for keeping in touch with us. We are always the Mtembei family, and we value your comments. We value your presence. Here we are free to discuss and speak our own mind concerning the political and current affairs. Tonight we have been discussing issues to do with the voter registration, and I will just finish by asking you that if you're a young man, especially the millennials, if you have not registered as a voter, kindly call and register. We sometimes we get excited about candidates, and we flank their rallies. They appear to have numbers, but when we go to the voting lines, they are shorter. When we go to registration line for voters, they are shorter. So we need to lead by example, and we show up. IEBC has shown that the first 2 days of registration, there has been actually low numbers. Let me just play one clip here. Was it in Malindi? And we see what's happening even as we conclude this discussion.
Ya usajili wa kura leo tunaona imeanzishwa rasmi. Mimi ombi langu ni kwa watu wa Malindi, watu wa Kilifi na Wakenya wenzangu wenye ambao hawana kadi za kura wajitokeze waenda wakachukue kadi zao za kura. Hususan hapa Malindi, kwa sababu kura yako, maamuzi yako, siasa ndio itakao kuamua mambo ya siasa ya 2022. Kwa hivyo kura yako ndio ni maisha yako. Ukifanya uamuzi bora hivi sasa ndio ni maisha yako in the near future ambavyo tutakavyokuona mambo. Lakini saizi ukiketi nyumbani, unajua kuna watu wengine wamevunjika moyo. Lakini mimi katika kampeni yangu na kila mahali ninapokwenda najaribu na nasukuma haswa vijana waweze kujitokeza waenda kachukue kadi zao za kura, because this is your constitutional right na ni lazima kila mtu practice their constitutional right. Mimi kwa dakika hii nimeweza kuongea na wazee wa nyumba 10 na wazee wa vijiji. Unajua hawa pia ndo wanajua wale watu wenye ambao kwa manyumbani na ambao hawana kura. So tunajaribu kulias na officers wa IEBC kwamba hivi sasa kuna hivyo, wengine tunawachukua wanaenda huko mashinani, tunakusanya hawa watu mahali pamoja na wanaenda kuregister hizo kura.
Kwa upande wangu nimejaribu kujikakamua. Hata jana tulikuwa katika makanisa ambapo tulipata wananchi na tukaweza kuwahamasisha ya kwamba leo wale ambao hawana kadi za kura wao wataweza kujitokeza katika hivyo vituo ili wakaweze kupata, ili hiyo ndio sauti yao ambayo itawawezesha wao wataweza kupata viongozi wale ambao wanawahitaji katika uongozi ujao kama 2022. Na nikajaribu kuongea na wananchi ya kwamba tusiwe tu tunapiga kelele kwa ajili ya watu wanaokuja kwa ajili ya kuomba uongozi, na ili hali hatuna sauti ya kuweza kupata viongozi, ikiwa sauti yetu ni kadi ya kuweza kukuwezesha wewe kupata kiongozi yule unayetaka. Mimi nimeweza kuungana na wazee wa mtaa na makundi ya kina mama na makundi ya vijana, hasa vijana wetu ambao wamejitokeza katika nyanja ya mabodaboda, na kujaribu kuwahamasisha umuhimu na hasa waweze kuzichukua, kwa sababu ndio sauti yao ya kesho ambayo itawawezesha wao kuwapatia viongozi ambao ndio watawapeleka katika ngazi ile nyingine ya maendeleo katika eneo hili letu.
Mimi mwito wangu kusema kweli ni kuwahimiza wananchi zoezi hili wasidharau, wajitokeze kwa wingi ili waweze kuchukua kura, kwa sababu hiyo kura yako ukichukua ndio utakuwa wewe una uwezo wa kuchagua yule kiongozi unamtaka na kuchagua yule kiongozi ambaye anaweza kutuletea maendeleo katika eneo hili la Malindi ama kwa kaunti ya Kilifi kwa jumla. Kwa hivyo tafadhalini, wananchi, jitokezeni kwa wingi ili muweze kutimiza hasa ahadi ya serikali ya kujitolea wananchi wachukue kura.
Kura yako ni sauti yako. Register leo kama mpiga kura. Mass voter registration inaendelea Kenya nzima hadi tarehe 2 Novemba 2021. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Chief Hasla mwenyewe, Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto, Naibu wa Rais. Jisajili leo.
Jivotie. Chukua kura. Ukikosa utapigwa vitima.